Hey guys, this is Blue Evo 69. Got my short shifter in yesterday and for my Evo 10. I'm going to show you how to do it since I haven't seen very many videos of short shifters being put in Evo 10s. I've seen a lot of forums and pictures and some people trying to walk you through it. But it's for people like me, I'd rather see somebody do it step by step. So if you order the kit, it comes with the shifter. Okay. And then it comes with all this stuff to set it up. You got the Allen head in there for the boot stopper and the new rings, and then the bottom part here, that little tool right here to remove the ball joint or the plastic piece at the bottom there. Okay. And the funny thing is all you need is a flathead screwdriver, Phillips head, a ratchet, extension, an 8mm, a 10mm, a 12mm, and a 14mm, and white lithium grease. Okay, that's all you're going to need for this project. Should take 30 minutes to an hour. They're saying roughly an hour, anywhere to an hour and a half with if you decide to do the mounting bushings, which I'm not doing, but I will show you. So next little stop will be inside the car. Thank you. Alright everybody, we're down inside my car. This is my Evo. If you got any questions, you can watch my other video and see where I put the springs on it, but this is a true Evo. The first step is to remove the gear shifter knob. Simple enough, right? Okay. So you remove that, get that out of the way. Whoops, forgot to pull the charger out. And it says also get rid of the ashtray. So we're getting rid of the ashtray. And oh, no, never mind. Okay, next step, down inside the middle console. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's two 10mm bolts. I'll be removing those, and then this whole console right here, this one right here, will be pulled up. You might want to pull the e-brake up, make it a little easier to get out. It says to pull this out, but I have no idea how to pull it out, and I really don't want to scratch up my middle console, so I'll pull it up and then pop the wires out from underneath. There's two sets of wires, I'll show you that. But I'm going to go ahead and do that and then start it back up again. Alright, I got a little ahead of myself about moving the 10mm bolts. You don't quite do that yet. All you do is pop the middle console up, and if you look, all you do is kind of pry this up, and it comes right out. Okay, slides right over the e-brake and everything. If you look right here, there's wire connections. You have to disconnect those wires in order to completely remove the piece. Once you do that, there are two Phillips head screws right there. Once you remove those two Phillips head screws, then remove the two 10mm bolts, and then this whole middle console, well, from the shifter back, will come out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that and start the video back up once again. Alright, I apologize for this. I'm getting way ahead of myself and jumping steps that I don't need to jump. Okay, so backing up. You remove this piece right here, right? Move the two Phillips heads from right here, and then pull up around the gear shifter, and all this comes out. And then if you notice, there are wires on the back of the cigarette lighter. Just remove the wires. I apologize for the video shaking, but you just remove the wires, and that piece goes out of the way. I'm just putting everything in the back seat. Now you have two more Phillips head screws. Okay, once you remove these two Phillips head screws and the two 10mm, now this is the right step. You can remove this whole middle console out of your way, and then all you'll be left with is the shifter right here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and start up the video once again. Okay, one little snag I just ran into that it doesn't describe in the instructions, but there's this one little wire right here, clips into this right here, that is seated to the car. You need to unclip this, and then if you notice, the whole console will move up out of your way. Alright. Okay, now if you see, there's this little spring right here. All this little spring right here, you need to pop it off on this side, slide it forward, and then pop it off on this side. You need to kind of keep it equal the best you can. Okay, and pull that out, and then this just pops down. And then once you get done doing that, you need to remember where this spring is, okay? Don't remember how it goes together, all right? Don't forget that. That is very important. And then after you do that, if you look, there's these little set rings, one right there, one right there. If you got a Dremel tool, you can cut them off. I'm just going to pry them off with a flathead screwdriver. And then you take these pins and you pound them out. Once you pound them out, this all comes out. Shifter will pop, or this little plastic piece right here. Oh, sorry. This little plastic piece right here pops off. And then you just slide this little triangle piece over here off. Ready to remove this old shifter, take the plastic piece off the bottom, put it on the new one, slide the new one in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll start the video back up once I got it removed so you can see everything. Alright? Alright, my recommendation after trying to pry those things off is to get a die grinder and cut them off. Do not try to pry them off. I will never do that again. So I will invest in a die grinder. But like I said, once you get the two pins out, you just kind of slide that triangle piece out of the way. Make sure you remember how the spring went. And then all you do is you just take this little plastic piece, slide it up, off, out of the way. I'm going to put it right here because it's got grease on it and I don't want to get it all over the rest of my car. And like I said before, you just take the clip off and let that dangle down there. And if you look, see the little plastic piece I was talking about? Just pull the shifter out. And you got the old shifter right there, that little plastic piece. Oops, has to come off. Once the plastic piece comes off, you just grease up the other one and stick it back in reverse order. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and start the video back up and show you sticking it back in and everything else. Alright? Alright, new shifter. I don't know if you could tell, but this one's got a bend in it, so you know it's new. Already replaced the bottom one. They recommend you use a vise and that little C-clamp that came in there and take it and pound it out. I just kind of put it on the ground and pry it up with my feet. It worked, but it's all lubed up. I don't know if you can tell. Here, let's get it under the sun a little bit, but got it all lubed up, got some grease down in there. Now I'm just going to go in reverse order of what I did before. I'm going to stick it back down in here and stick everything back together, and you'll see it whenever it's finished. Alright, if you look, I got the spring back in, I got the pins back in, no clamps on them yet, because you're probably asking yourself, why did he grab a 12mm and a 8mm and all that other stuff? Well, in order to put the clips back on, you got to hammer them on. 8mm goes on this one, 14mm, whoops, goes up on this one. So those little clips that you got supplied in your bags, and like I said, the 14 will hammer that one on, and the 8 will hammer that one on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to put the boot stopper on there, and that'll be it. She'll be ready to drive. But I can already feel a difference. It's a lot crisper than what it was, so, and a lot shorter. It's like real short now. So alright, well, I'll hurry up and get that done and show you the finished product, well, showing you putting the boot on, and then show you the finished product. Alright, okay, if you noticed, I put the middle console back in and all that stuff. So you put the two screws back in to put it back in, two 10mm bolts down there. Okay, my recommendation, like I said before, to unplug this wire. Well, if you have the keyless entry like I do, you know, don't have to put the key in there, my recommendation is don't pull that out. Try to pop this little box off. Okay, now I have to go into the shop and get that code cleared, so don't do that. Just pop that little box off and leave it in here in the car. Okay, but now if you look, I have the retaining boot on there. Okay, so you take your shifter boot, okay, slide it back on there. Trying to do this all one-handed, which isn't quite working out that well, but I'm gonna try to do my best here. Okay, make sure you get that slid on there. All right, well, from the looks of it, I might not need that shifter boot and the little adapter thing. So hang with me just a second. I'm going to pull that off and see if it makes a difference. Maybe I got the lucky one and I don't need that boot adapter. There's some kits out there that you need that boot adapter, and then some you don't. Well, sorry for the noise. They're weed eating and stuff out here. So, and I got my windows cracked. It's a little warm in the car. But from the looks of it, I might not need it. Hang on, let's see here. So you put the knob back on before we get this all screwed back together, just to see if I need it or not. And if you notice, the stock knob goes right back on it. And from the looks of it, she looks pretty clean, so I'm not even going to put that boot adapter on there. I might be able to get 1 or 2 more turns out of it. Let's go 1 more. Yep, there we go. Alright, now she's nice and snug. And if you can tell, don't need that boot adapter. So all you do is you just pop this back in here. Okay, put the 2 screws back in, and then put this middle part back in, and you're all done. You're ready to go for a drive. And yeah, she if you can't tell, if you drove an Evo before, they're pretty sloppy, but this one's like real crisp and tight, and ooh, I can't wait. Alright. Alrighty then, finished product. Can't even tell that I might have had the console apart or nothing. Besides, if you look, the boot is a little bit more shrunk down, so you can definitely tell she is a short shifter. So but I'm gonna take it for a spin. Unfortunately, I cannot drive and record at the same time, and I don't have anybody else here helping me. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this is some good information. Sorry that I couldn't do it step by step. I would have done it step by step if I had somebody here helping me, but yeah, at least I showed you a little bit more than some of those other vehicle or videos do, or hopefully it was a little bit more information for you than what you knew before if you're trying to do this. So good luck to all those Evo 10 drivers out there trying to do this, and thank you.